Revolution 9 is the Beatles' most derided track, so why did John Lennon think it was one of his best songs? Revolution 9 is in effect a sound collage, and Lennon described it as an attempt to paint in sound what a revolution would look like. At the time, it was a politically febrile environment. He wanted to reflect some of that anarchy, he said, in an avant-garde sound collage. George Harrison and Yoko Ono were also involved. Indeed, Yoko said that Revolution 9 was instigated by Harrison. It was a bizarre amalgam of sounds, words, fragments, and it weighed in at more than 8 minutes long. When he was asked for his favourite Beatles songs, Lennon's first reply was Revolution 9. He said he was biased, he tended to opt for his own songs, so he also mentioned A Day in the Life, I Am the Walrus, Strawberry Fields. It was clearly heavily influenced by Yoko Ono, and it was made only 3 weeks after they became lovers and recorded the similarly experimental Two Virgins. Ian MacDonald, in his book Revolution in the Head, says that socio-culturally it's one of the most significant acts the Beatles ever perpetrated. Revolution 9 was to some extent an offshoot of the more conventional Revolution, in which Lennon ruminated about the nature of revolution and political activism, and of course famously it contains a criticism of the Chinese leader Chairman Mao, although later Lennon said that he actually thought Mao, a ruthless dictator, was doing a good job, and he regretted criticising him. Paul McCartney was away when Revolution 9 was being assembled and reportedly was not best pleased to find on his return that the others had been labouring over Revolution 9, a work he considered to be certainly uncommercial, cynical and dark in its tone. He didn't feel it was right for the Beatles, but it did go onto the White Album. Indeed, in an interview, Lennon said that his original plan had been for Revolution to be the A-side of a single and Revolution 9 to be the B-side, but there would be no way on earth that McCartney or George Martin would consent to Revolution 9 going out on a single. Lennon was also influenced by the avant-garde music of composers like Carl Stockhausen. Ian MacDonald makes the point that the Beatles pushed avant-garde music to a massive audience, much bigger than it would have achieved otherwise. Lennon was always queasy about revolution in the real world. Ian MacDonald suggests that Revolution 9 was about sparking a revolution in the heads of listeners.